Right then, it appears we are into the pistol round here on dust2, the last map in this best of 3. Again, Titan not bothering with the defuse kit on the CT side. FNATIC, KRIMZ and flusha, the nade boys and girls respectively. 4 people in B halls at present. We'll see if they choose to go for a mid push. Still got flusha and T spawn at the moment. So this is a smoke for the CT spawn area, so they can go for a B split. Olofmeister has to be wary of people flanking from long, but that's unlikely at the moment. Anyway, we will see how this goes. It's going to be a fast split. A bit of lag on the players coming in from CT spawn. Scream with 2 headshots so far. Can he find a third and a fourth? He'll need to. There's a third. And SmithZz is coming in for support. Scream's finally gone down. Done a great job, though, over towards the bomb site. The bomb's not being planted yet, and the longer they take, the harder it's going to be to plant that bomb. KRIMZ with a jumping shot onto SmithZz to even things up here, and Dennis will take the advantage onto shox with the USPS. Just waiting for that 2 versus 1 advantage now. Are they going to go for the plant? Double stack fake, and they're going to go for the double peek. So Scream gets 3 kills at the beginning of the round. No more kills for Titan, and FNATIC take the pistol.
Yeah, I would actually expect you know, FNATIC to kind of run off with this kind of a start. Seaside economy very fragile on a map like this, and with some of the form that we've seen from FNATIC already, I'd be surprised because, you know, in the previous map, for example, Titan got a lot done with their CT side, and I'm definitely not inspired so far by what we've seen from Titan overall. So, you know, I'd be much more encouraged to expect FNATIC to be able to, with the flexibility that they get on a map like this, to be able to abuse Titan massively with that individual skill, with the wider range of strategies that are possible. And matches that are currently paused, as you can see, FNATIC are going to be able to run a nice anti-eco, and they've been showing some consistency there as well. You know, going for some plays where they're not isolating their own players, where they're actually just moving in fairly quickly as a coordinated unit to quickly just end the round. Because that's what you want to do on an anti-eco. You don't want to give time to the team that's done a force buy to get more shots off, to, you know, reposition, to, you know, work stuff out together. Just hit them hard and fast, and let that be it. And so I hope to see that from FNATIC. I mean, obviously this cannot be a tactical pause, not not after a single round. So
No.
So it's a technical issue, I should think.
Maybe.
Or someone went to the bathroom.
Well, Vigo's here, so it's not a coach crash. Well, time will tell.
And it's one of those spots as well where, you know, sometimes you get a match pause. It's like, okay, we're 10 rounds in, seen a lot of Counter-Strike already. You can extrapolate, you know, some future rounds. You can analyze the situation in some of the past spots. But, you know, one round has been played, so it's like, well then, not much to analyze there just yet. But either way, the Deagles are out in force, and the Deagles being, you know, after the hitbox change, with making the hitboxes a bit better, being more effective, more useful, makes rounds like this more possible. However, fast B hit, that's exactly what I was talking about, and this is really going to help against the Deagles, but still somehow existence and Scream, they get 1 apiece. Will that be enough though? One will go down here for FNATIC momentarily, but the CTs are fast into these retake positions.
JW with nades and the follow-up scout, that's going to be very, very nice. Making his way out of there just in time with RPK following JW escape. Seems he might be able to. RPK missing a lot of shots there. JW chasing him with the scout while KRIMZ is holding the angle, and KRIMZ will just about get the frag there, surviving with 7 HP. Always entertaining to see such nonsense from JW. So far so good for the FNATIC side. Their second round in the bag. Scream with 4 kills. Other than that, Existence has 1 at the moment, so not much going on for Titan in the early stages of this map.
Yeah, again, you know, FNATIC impressed me with their decision making on the anti-ecos. Something that's too often misplayed by teams, even the top ones. But either way, FNATIC now going again. This is the other variation of the anti-eco. It's either the fast B hit or the fast A long hit. Those are the two variations, and you're going to see how strong it is. So they get straight up onto the bomb site as a massive unit. It's moving straight up there. They left the guy in long for defense on the flank, and there's not much really for time to do at this point. The bomb's gone down. and they are all but eliminated in this one. Just, well,
Everyone's dead, Dan.
Yep, Existence is also going to hit the ground. So 3-0, and we'll start to see what Titan have to show for themselves. But no AWP is going to be difficult. They're going to have to get it done with rifles to begin with.
Open a scout for the FNATIC side. Let's see, heading over towards B halls initially. Titan with a 2-1-2 setup for the time being. Scream taking down Dennis, who was peeking towards B early on. Long is secure for the time being. So let's see what the play is with an early disadvantage for FNATIC. Not many nades on the Titan side. Just 2 smokes and a few flashbangs. Got a... Again, that's a very common position you see these days where they play just in front of the smoke towards long. Very disadvantageous if you're a T trying to push, and most of your flashbangs are not going to hit the CT.
I just got flashbang, James, by the arena.
Nice.
Shining lights in our eyes.
Yeah, they're still setting up here. Looks quite nice.
Yep.
More on that later.
Filling our skybox with
That is quite bright.
a huge amount of lights,
Yeah.
illuminating the entire room.
I'm blind, Dan. You'll have to cast the rest of the map.
Okay, so we're going to have shox in middle looking for some information, and this is actually quite an interesting round from FNATIC because they've got 3 players in upper dark, and JW is going to be taken down by Screen. That's an awful spot now for FNATIC, because you have to think of it this way. They spent a huge amount of time in this round, and they had 3 players in upper dark, and that's 2 players essentially that aren't getting position elsewhere on the map. And now we're having the kind of desperation play back in towards middle and short and saying, okay, crap, guys, we need to get some positioning here. And it's not going to go too well. But somehow olofmeister is going to pick up a kill through the smoke. I swear that that shouldn't really be all that possible to do that. Make it look so easy, that is. But olofmeister is there. And now it's a 2 versus 3. And if SmithZz gets a shot to the chest, and he will.
No.
That's a frag, and the bomb can be just about planted in time. Takes 3.5 seconds to plant the bomb. flusha peeks through the doors. That's incredibly risky as well. In a spot where you probably want to try to get 2 versus 1s. He's going to get the a free kill there. So now SmithZz needs to go for the 1 versus 2. SmithZz, a player that's definitely been critiqued quite often recently, and not in a good way. Let's see if he can do it. First frag almost gets a nice connection onto olofmeister, but FNATIC really shouldn't have been able to win a round like that.
How have they won that round?
I mean, what on earth was happening there? They played the first 70% of the round pretty poorly as far as the setups went. And they just saved it with just crazy stuff.
I have no idea how they just won that round.
Yeah, I mean, it all starts with that smoke kill from olofmeister, which already in of itself is very unlikely. Either way, you know, it seems also to be somewhat of a trend for Titan to lose rounds in such a fashion, but... So
many smoke kills today. I cannot imagine the conspiracy theorists.
Okay, well, there you go. Scream doing Scream things. They are able to get a quick headshot onto KRIMZ down towards top middle from short. Falling back now. And you know, this is another round where... This is the reason why you want those fast, hard-hitting anti-force buys, is because... Or anti-ecos. Is because you don't want to give players like Scream the chance to take a peek and a shot, because that's what can happen. You want to get in the sight fast. And I think
Scoreboard says he's got 8
now.
kills, but down there it says he's got 9 kills. Either way, he's got lots of kills.
Yeah. So we should see FNATIC just barrel into the B-bomb site. And I like this adjustment. Don't mess around, just get in, get it done.
Because when FNATIC go in, they go in. And here we go, they're going in. Dennis leading the charge there. The nade's going to fly in as well. shox is going to run straight into it. The Molotov as well. And he is in a lot of trouble. Down he goes. Dennis with multiple frags there. So we've got SmithZz playing close with the P250. Going to try and push through while the bomb is being planted. But before FNATIC players in the site, he's... Well, sorry, 3, because JW is still in T-spawn. It's not going to be easy to get anything done. Scream finished off with a mere Glock there. RpK remains.
Yeah, and this is another sign of the team. I mean, there's been so many spots where you see a team, they'll lose, you know, Scream will get that 1D, right? And maybe they would be expecting like a full eco, maybe the round would be a little bit easier, maybe they weren't initially thinking about running an anti-eco strategy, but after that point, there's panic sets in, and people run around like headless chickens. FNATIC lost a player, they're like, okay, let's go B together. Let's run an anti-eco with a man down. And they pulled it off perfectly. No panic. Just got it executed very efficiently. That's what we like to see. Now JW is going to get a pick there towards long. And here comes the push up short. So FNATIC with great strides early on in this round for map control. And Dennis is just going to power through. He's going to go for it right now because JW is applying so much pressure towards long. He wants to try to play off of that, but JW will go down. Great play from shoxy, who's recovered the long position, and he's picked up an AWP as well. SmithZz now going ham as well with 3 kills. They're defending marvelously. And, well, that's going to be the end of that round as well as the A push. So, great individual performance from SmithZz there. We didn't really catch it, but that should have actually been a plant for FNATIC.
Yep, so finally the rest of the Titan team waking up here. And Dan, what's going on over there on the CT side?
Famous last words.
He seems to be flipping out.
Triple AWP. I don't like the triple AWP. I think it's overkill. Dust2 maybe it's a bit more viable, but hey, we'll see.
How far will SmithZz go? Is he willing to run up mid? Is he willing to run up mid? No.
French Rambo.
Long gone.
His bandana was confiscated. He's no longer French Rambo, in my opinion.
No. French Rambo's dead, it seems.
He's dead. He's very dead.
He's dead.
He only made it through the first 2 movies.
All the way dead.
And now he's dead.
Olofmeister's been spotted in the pit. But we'll see if he can keep control of the pit while his teammates try to push short. Kind of standard split play. Dennis is causing trouble elsewhere. There's a boost coming in from the CT side, understanding that they may be in danger of losing short. And indeed, they're going to leave Olofmeister in the pit now. So we'll see what the Ts choose to do. The CTs have put a number of bodies towards the A bomb site, having lost a man already. And indeed, we have Scream coming in now. Oh, he gets a headshot into KRIMZ as well, but can't kill him off. Got a lot of information as to the intentions of the CT side, then that might cause a rotation from the CTs. We'll have to wait and see. FNATIC aren't in a position where they necessarily need to commit.
But James, the 3 remaining players have 3 AWPs, so, or an AWP each rather. So this could be potentially awkward. But a tag actually, let's pull out the pistol, but he cannot actually finish off flusha, who's, I think it was, who's down to 1 HP. And you cannot retake A from you can't do a retake like this with 2 AWPs. Against 4 players, no less. So this has gone rather appallingly for them. So, I mean, 3 AWPs on dust2 isn't as bad as some maps where people attempt to do it, I'd say, but it's always going to carry a lot of risk. It's very expensive as well. But the problem here is that Titan just won a round, so their bonus is reset now. As you can see, their money's already low, and from losing their first round, they're going to get $1,400 in addition to what you see right now. So that's going to land them around $3,000 to $3,200, something in this region, as you can see now, and that is not enough to get a buy. They did have 2 AWPs there, so they can actually try to drop the AWPs and put the buy in, but it's going to be a little bit irksome, I've got to say. As you can see, with a FAMAS in there, and shox is on a 5-7. You don't want shoxy on a 5-7. In fact, I'd rather have shoxy on the AWP instead of SmithZz or Existence.
Well, it's a fast play into the B bomb site from the Ts. Not having any of this force buy at all. Scream goes down as well, and there are still CTs moving towards the B bomb site. shox moving in on his own with a flashbang. He's going to stop the plant from coming in, but that is about it for him. 2 versus 4. RPK is close, but what is he expecting in this situation? Moving away now, we'll see if Titan can save these 2 weapons, but again, it's not a great start for them.
Forgive me, that was rather humorous. So yeah, Titan falling victim to the anti-eco strategy, essentially, again, of FNATIC. The anti-eco execute, running it again into B. Very fast, very simple, and very effective. And also, you've got to realize that they know that 2 AWPs was saved. And this is another reason why that's actually strong, because the furthest distance for a player to be on B is them, behind the crates, right at the back of the plateau. And that's actually not like, you can easily use grenades to isolate that player, and you can close the distance very quickly. So it's a very, very nice execute to play. And if they could have been expecting also the other players potentially to save, because they might not have been quite sure how the money would have been. So it's a really nice call from FNATIC's. Nice, simple simple play. And it's a bit noisy in here. I hope you guys can't hear all of that mess, but anyway, 7-1 now. FNATIC looking very strong on the third map here between these two sides. Once again, double AWP is still in play. They were saved, and the force buy is in full force as we have Dennis picking up the initial pick with a better timing from his spawn, taking out shox.
So RPK is going to have a hand at AWPing. That flashbang is going to be a perfect timing, so he's not going to make the shot there. Go for a flash off his zone, but there are counter flashes for days, and RPK is going to get taken down. Last AWP is onto SmithZz. He's going to get taken down as well. Everybody getting taken down, Dan. Just like a pirate site by the FBI. Eventually, they all go down.
No, James. Never. This is defeatism. So we'll have a situation now where FNATIC, their bank should be really ridiculous, actually. So let's just quickly check the bank. All right, it's not full ridiculous just yet, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Titan don't really seem to be able to put up a fight so far against FNATIC. I mean, because the key thing here with FNATIC as well is they've got this situation where they're able to reset the economy of Titan, and they keep chaining these ecos out of Titan, and every time there's an eco for Titan or a force buy, FNATIC run the perfect counterplay. And you should have a massive advantage as the team with the buy, obviously. But as I mentioned previously, a lot of teams actually misplay that. FNATIC are not missing a beat on their anti-ecos, and Titan haven't had many full buys. So just picking up all the free rounds as and when they come. And this is a tactical pause now from Titan. They're in a spot where they can't buy this round, but in the following round they can. In the following rounds, if they lose, well, assuming that they lose this round, they'll be on their 4th loss buy bonus, which means they will get $2,900 in addition to what they have now. So they'll have all the money to make any amount of decisions. What would you like to see them do, James? Titan.
Well, RPK needs to kill someone.
Do you think it comes down to individual play, individual skill, holding the positions, or do you feel like strategically there is a leak?
Well, I feel like on their CT sides, they've just been out-aimed by FNATIC in some situations. And I also feel like, well, I don't know if they need to control the match, basically, because they don't have any control of any of the rounds at the moment. So how do they control the match? I don't know. We'll have to see how the next round plays out and see what there is to read from the situation. Judging by the tactical pause, we can expect something different to happen. And it may be a case again of not getting picked off too early. I think where I think the first map they just kept losing, on their CT side they kept losing 2 players very fast. For example, they weren't able to slow the pace of the match. Yeah,
I think it can often be a question that you're not necessarily making the right call strategically, it's just the execution is faltering. On the CT side, it's hard to dictate pace as you describe. It involves all the risk and drills, but we'll get back into that. Let's see what they can do, these Titan players with these pistols. So far, they only claim themselves 1 singular kill, as the trace come back was in favor of FNATIC. Now there's shox making the pick, and the angle is covered by olofmeister. And going into what their options are like on their buy, I would like to see 2 AWPs. They have very capable AWP players in shox. Shox, arguably, is definitely a top AWPer in the world. And Existence, very good with the AWP. SmithZz, obviously very capable with the AWP as well. So we'd like to see them play against the picking of FNATIC. Although FNATIC are very good at that style, I don't feel like Titan are going to be safe against aggression. FNATIC are too strong at defending aggression. But seeing that as they've only gone for a single AWP here, Titan might try to get an aggressive quick pick before falling into a default safe strategy. Or it looks like they're actually playing very passively, they're very standard, and they get wrecked by the timing again. Trade comes in, but the damage has been done. 4 versus 4 is heavily favourable to FNATIC.
It's interesting, you saw the flashbang come in from SmithZz, but the frag came in regardless. But that's one of the issues with that angle on dust2, is that if the Ts have it, then they can just go for a timing shot before they move away anyway. So if you come in for the fastest possible peak following that flashbang, there's a fair chance you're going to get picked off if there is an AWP in play in that direction. Indeed there was, and indeed there was a frag. And now we have SmithZz out of position. Surely going to get traded. Indeed, he will get traded here. And KRIMZ is in position in CT spawn as well, which is going to make things awkward. Scream jumping down into a grenade. Sometimes things just don't go your way. shoxy is in control of long, however, but you can see that short is firmly in control of FNATIC. And again, KRIMZ in CT spawn. Getting a nice jump peek there, but he can't get the frag onto existence. shox now coming to try and pick off olofmeister, who does have Dennis in for support. But where is Dennis? He's on short as well. Stunning. Get himself a 1 versus 1. Gonna get dinged. Gonna get finished off by shox with 2 frags. And that's another round on the board for Titan. But look at the money on the FNATIC side. Now Titan are going to be facing a lot of economical pressure.
The crazy thing is that so much time had gone from the bomb there. All Dennis had to actually do was kill one of those 2 players. He kills one of the 2 players, he wins the round by playing the time. Pretty guaranteed as well, considering that it was a short plant. So pretty big moment from shox there to step up for his team, and did so in multiple ways. Now 2 ops coming in from FNATIC, so they're going to mix things up. They're going to slow the pace down. They'll continue going for the picks. And that said, we'd have the initial movement into upper dark. So that is where olofmeister is looking for that first kill. Didn't find anything. Will they challenge the angles? They are playing very, very safe at the moment. Might get the smoke before they go across. Indeed, they will do just that. And olofmeister is going to be completely denied. In the meantime, the rest of FNATIC are moving in for control out of the middle and short positions, which will give them options towards the A split and also the B split, depending on the information they gather or the picks that they're able to accrue.
So you can see the bomb being thrown onto short there. shox, there's a fair chance that he would have heard that. You can see him starting to move towards the A site as well. And again, RPK is still firmly holding down the long area, but it's turning into a B split instead. CT's been smoked off, so they've basically sold him a dodgy meal, and he may be sick because of it. The bomb site's been taken now, the B bomb site, and there's still a lurker in JW with the AWP. I think someone's standing on his head. Is that SmithZz? Just random fires through the smoke. What a mess. 2 plays left for the CT side, and they're both coming from CT, splitting now with SmithZz going through. Nope, he's going for the save.
Yeah, taking the double orbs away. So quickly look at the situation. Again, they're going to get reset. They just won a round. This is why they have to save these weapons as well. They cannot possibly risk these 2 weapons at a slim chance to win the round.
So you saw shox was here, and the bomb was dropped here. And I think there's a reasonable chance that he could hear that. I'm not 100% sure. But once the bomb was dropped there, you saw shox move away to the A site. Then the smoke comes in like this, and the split. It's brutal for Titan because they are 8 rounds down. Their economy has, their loss bonus has been reset, but they still have a bit of money in the bank, which is enough for 2 AWPs, an M4, and 2 pistols.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, is that they have to force bind this position, which really sucks, but gotta do it behind the 2 AWPs, and you will see 2 players immediately making their way towards the B-bomb sites, one sticking in mid. And this is actually really smart, because the anti-ecos have mostly been going towards B from FNATIC, and this round is no different, as we'll see the Swedish players just running straight into that B-bomb site, but it's not happening so far. SmithZz misses a shot straight to the back there, and he misses another one. It won't matter in the end, but it's just olofmeister who's got anything to play with now on his team. Let's see if he's able to pick up some damage. Nice little peek there. And this is the name of the game now. olofmeister gets to have some fun and go for some crazy damage. Doesn't really matter on the outcome too much. Let's see what he can find. He's fishing at the moment. But will he go home early, or will he keep trying? Looks like he's trying some new bait here, making his way up into the dark positions. Won't spot existence on top of the crate, and that's going to be the end of olofmeister there. But FNATIC, they're already very far ahead. Got loads of money to buy with, and they can still reset.
RPK still hasn't got a kill yet. Just keeps getting wrecked round after round. It's really horrible when that happens. Yeah. It happens in the 3rd map of a best of 3. Could hardly happen at a worse time. And there was something else I was going to point out. I don't know what that is. So you're hearing sound tests from the stage, so there's massive bass coming in. But we'll try and keep it together here, guys.
I'm liking that, James.
That's really loud bass.
You should start, James. You should start rapping.
What did I see? Stop being racist. What did I see in that round? Oh, it's gone. I know it's lost me now. Never mind. Well, Titan with 2 people over towards the B bomb site. Existence is just going to keep an eye on short for the time being. Again, RPK playing close along, and now he's charging through, demanding a kill, but he's not going to get it. Taken down by the AWP, and the B bomb site has been lost. Scream trying to do what he can, but he's going to face 3 people at the same time, leaving SmithZz alone versus 4, soon to be dispatched of as well.
The great thing that FNATIC recognized here is that, once again, they weren't outcome oriented with the failure of their previous B rush. They realized that, okay, in reality we just missed a couple of these shots that we should be hitting. The setup that we gave ourselves was favorable. It just, you know, the percentages, you know, the 20% chance, let's say, just throwing some out there for Titan. The disadvantage they had, they were able to actually hit, you know, land on that 20% that one time. So they go for it again, they completely crush their opposition. Now they're going for an obscene amount of sniper rifles because they can spend all of their money in the last round, even drop AKs at spawn, to then swap out for them after the initial barrage through the metal doors, as well as the barrage through A-long, which did yield the first kill onto SmithZz. And I'm kind of sad the base went away, but it did feel like it was, we got into like the tense part of a thriller movie or something with the base right there.
I'm not sad, that was extremely distracting.
It was quite distracting.
So I'm not complaining though.
I was exhilarated, James.
I didn't mind the feel of it bouncing through my chest. That was kind of interesting. Anyway,
all right.
So we're into the last round of the first half. 11-3 here for FNATIC. They have a man advantage. They have rifles versus pistols. They have a Titan team who are not doing very well on this map, despite the valiant effort to get back into the previous map and take it over a very strong-looking FNATIC side. Looking for revenge after being taken down earlier on today. 5 men on long, and an RPK is lurking with a CZ. Look at all these nades coming his way. Is he going to make a connection here? This is the last round for him to get it in the first half. He's reloading, and he's going to take down flusha. He's made it onto the scoreboard. He's not going to do any more. Existence and shox are all that remain here for the Titan side. shox has picked up an AWP, however, and he's in long. Flank opportunity, gonna shoot Dennis straight in the face. They know where he is now. He's got a nade, he's got no flashes. He doesn't really have a great weapon to trade with, which may be why he's opting for the deagle now. Meister playing close, and I think KRIMZ is going to be the first pick, so this should guarantee death, and indeed it will.
But RPK's on the scoreboard, yeah, buddy. He's made it there, and we welcome you, sir.
At the last moment.
At the very last moment.
Don't sweat it, though. RPK has one of the highest headshot ratios in the professional game at the moment. I think he's like 86% or something. It's disgusting.
It's a meaningless statistic. I hate you. Go away.
Shut up.
I hate these worthless statistics, James. I'm a stickler for meaningful stats, of which there are none in Counter-Strike currently.
Oh,
anyway.
Thanks, Dan.
Moving forwards.
Thank you for that, Dan.
I'm sorry about that.
Thanks, Dan.
I'm sorry. But I had to say it. Needed to be true. 12-3 is not a good look for Titan. Captain Obvious over here, but we'll have to see whether or not they can do some good damage on the pistol round to get themselves in a good position. Now look at this position from JW. Speaking of positions, it's a good information play. He might just get a favourable engagement if he's fortunate. So look and see if he can get something here. Look how tentative Titan are being. They're very wary of the potential aggression. Oh, RPK gets a second frag, James.
He's doubled his score, Dan. That's a 100% increase. But we won't rag on him too much because sometimes things happen. Doesn't mean he's a bad player by any means.
No, of course not.
So really there are 2 players in. Thanks, said that. There are 2 players in the B bomb site now for the CT side. But what is the play from Titan? They still have a minute on the clock here. You can see the bomb is still being held in a passive position. Scream looking to get one more frag. The repick doesn't come in quickly, and he's just going to try and discern where the rest of the CTs are. They know where one is, but that's about it. And let's see, the bomb's heading towards the B bomb site now. There is a very long rotation for players such as olofmeister who find themselves in the pit. So will the players on the B bomb site be able to hold? flusha holding the sneaky angle, which I first learned from Mo actually, but he's going to get wrecked by the USP that Screen picked up. That was very interesting and critical pickup for him, leaving KRIMZ alone. He's going to get taken down from above, so Dennis and olofmeister on the rotation. Surely the round is going to Titan.
Surely. Surely it will. I mean,
surely.
I don't want to count out FNATIC just because I feel like Titan have rolled horribly badly in many situations. But they should win, and there we go. Olofmeister taking 2 frags. Surely not. Dennis now would need to get a 1-on-2 as well. This is very difficult. Just trying to get into these 1 versus 1s, and RpK is going to pistol whip him there. Slap him down. That's a pistol of his. And Titan will get a good start. But will FNATIC force buy? Its force buys are very hard to make work on this map, and the reason is because of the anti-force buy that FNATIC showed us. It's very hard to stop that. Very hard to stop that with the force buy on this map.
Well, we're not going to see that from Titan. They're playing it slow, looking to see what their opponents have to offer them. 4 players looking to head towards the long area. The initial flash coming in. RpK is going to be a bit blind, but there we go. Dennis is going to get flashed. Going to go for a reflash of his own, but he's going to die just before he can do anything about it. Flusha able to escape, and now we've got all the CTs almost in position to try and mount some kind of offense, but what will they be able to do? More flashes coming in. Olof getting a scout kill onto the long area. And now Titan are moving away from long. So what is the play here? Existence has taken a reasonable amount of damage. So has SmithZz. 4 players still alive for FNATIC. SmithZz will be left alone on long with the AK, while there's a bit of an engagement towards short. So JW's taken down RpK, and Titan continuing to play slow, starting to run out of people here.
And this is what I was afraid of. For Titan, taking it too slow. I think I'm about to see if he can get this kill. He's got excellent damage on there, and he'll find the finish onto his opponent. Now just 1 player left in existence, and so again, like the two, like I mentioned in the first half, the 2 anti-force buys are the quick B execute or the quick A long push. And Titan actually did that. They actually got themselves into long, but then they were afraid. They were too afraid to go onto the bomb site, and they should not be afraid in that situation. As 4 players with grenades, they can cut off crossover, and they can get onto the bomb site and take the fights together. And that should be a simple round for them to have a strong advantage. But they gave it up. And now look at Dennis. He's going in with the P90 jets.
Yeah, shoxy seems to have a read on the situation, and he has got the kill. But again, it seems that Titan are just second guessing themselves. They don't really have confidence in the decisions or the willingness to follow them through, and it's making them pay. JW surely sees the shadow here. 2 fast frags for him, and Titan are getting wrecked in this particular round. shox in existence, taking a lot of damage. Man advantage, 2-man advantage now for the CTs. Flusha, though, will eventually get taken down. So what do Titan do now? Only 2 of them left, and JW is not going to wait for them to finish things off. But again, shox comes out and shoots another man in the face from long.
Yeah, so they've actually made a round of this one, making life a little bit difficult for FNATIC, and they actually have a weapon advantage as well. And the bomb has freedom to move to either bomb site and the time to do so. And you can see a little bit of a slow pace now from Titan as they're trying to bait out one of these players, and it looks like it's going to work, but shox not able to actually capitalize on the frag, not even getting any damage done. That's a really, really important situation there for FNATIC.
And that's the bomb spotted in T-spawn. So what is the read that the FNATIC players make on this? Existence moving up short's going to get taken down, and now it's shox alone with 25 seconds versus 2. And what is his read? It seems he wants to try and kill someone on the rotation towards the B bomb site, but now he's got 15 seconds to do it. And look at the position of olofmeister. If shox goes for, if he starts to run, then he could be in trouble. olofmeister surely going to move to look towards B. shoxy's made it into the doors now, and the defense begins. He does have armor. He needs to ace the round here, but olofmeister's going to shoot him straight in the head. So yeah, this is just, I mean, what do we say about this then?
Well, I mean, FNATIC were always supposed to win the round, but yeah, it's 14-4, so Titan can't really afford to be giving up any positive, any like advantageous situation, and that seems to be what's happened multiple times now. As and you can't do that against a team like FNATIC. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And we'll get the buy-in from Titan, and this might be the last buy they'll see, proper buy they'll see in this match. So you can see the money is completely gone on their side, and they're already going to be on $2,400 when they, or if they lose this one. So they'll be forcing up with pistols. in the next round if they lose this. So this is the last chance saloon for Titan, and they are doing kind of the normal things right now, just spreading out, going for the default, taking basic map control upper dark, outside of long. We'll see SmithZz moving in towards the double doors. He can get pop flash by Existence. Oh, Existence doesn't have a flash. Never mind. I was hoping to see a pop flash through the doors, so that Titan can get some information as to the CT setup, but they won't have that luxury with the nades that they have. So they're already considering their options now. Do they go for a B split? Do they go for a picking situation? Looks like the B split's on.
Indeed it is, but this nade from KRIMZ could be a bit of a problem. And the passive angle being held by flusha. Ooh, has Scream spotted him? They're going for the crossfire. RpK's going to get shot in the back. He didn't have the right angle for Scream to cover there. Down he goes. Scream to trade though, but what is the play? Slowing down will Titan be. 40 seconds left. They're going to have a look towards the B bomb site. Let's have a look. They've got olofmeister and Dennis to deal with as they move over towards A. But 30 seconds left on the clock. And Titan only pushing the site with 2 players. One at top mid, one towards B. Still, is this going to be enough players? The bomb's been spotted as well. We're seeing the rotation coming in from Existence now. olofmeister waiting for Dennis to come in. Dennis getting the first frag onto Scream. olofmeister taking down Existence. SmithZz soon to follow. So Titan perhaps with not enough players to make it to the site, leaving shox alone as FNATIC move to match point.
Yeah, and as mentioned, they don't have any money. You see it. I mean, they can buy
A few bits and bobs.
It's not even worth mentioning what they can buy, Chase, because they're completely broke. Pistol armor as previously described. Let's see if they can get something out of this, but honestly, it's just a matter of time until FNATIC win this match now. There's just no way in hell that FNATIC will lose this. They would have to, something incredibly wrong would have to happen.
Dennis has been spotted, but flusha's got a very fast 3-man, and that could be it. The bomb's lost as well. They're smoked off. Despite getting the first kill onto JW, Smith is running in desperation. Both plays are blind, but still no frag for him. He's going to get a frag onto flusha and to Dennis as well, but taken down by olofmeister. shox is alone in a cruel world with 9 HP. And the GGs might be being called. He's going for a wide peek there. olofmeister though, again, not just holding the angle the whole time, but just shoulder peeking. Well, not shoulder peeking, but you know, peeking every few seconds. 16 to